What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How's it going, man?
Like the beard, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Sorry, I got kids.
Oh wow.
Kids running around.
I've met
Hey,
him.
Albert. Say hey. Hey, Mr. Albert.
How old is he?
He'll be 2 at the end of the month, the 28th.
Oh man. Time is going by. I think it's been a while since I've seen
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's probably been 4 years, 3 years.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
So I've been at Cherokee since August of 2017. I mean, Kings Mountain, so I know it's been at least that long.
Okay. So this is my coworker Mike, and he lives in Greenville as well.
Hey, Mike.
What's up, man? How you
Oh,
doing?
cool. Good. How about you?
Good. Your name is Zachary. I'm sorry, I can't see from
Zach,
your.
that's right.
Good to meet you, Zach.
Nice to meet you.
So this is my neighbor Adam. He's on the other side of the wall.
What's up, guys? Let me turn my mic up.
And Eugene, that's a snazzy hat, man. You gonna turn on the video? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm driving, so I don't know how safe it is. So
Yeah.
it's getting dark.
So how was work, Eugene? You headed home, I guess?
Yeah, I'm headed to the house. It's not been bad, man. Waiting on people to get these stimulus checks so they can start spending some money.
Man, Walmart stock, man. Hope y'all can recover, man. Jeez.
You said what?
Walmart stock, man. Hope you guys can recover.
Listen here. So I knew that we're gonna have a strong earnings call, right? So I bought I don't know, maybe about 200 shares right before the call, and then they announced they were reinvesting like $1.5 billion back in the infrastructure, which tanked their damn stock price. So now I'm sitting on all this damn Walmart stock, waiting on it to recover.
Yeah. I guess it happens.
You said what now?
So let me see. I think that's everybody. So Zach, how far do you live from Greenville? Because I know Mike, he's my colleague.
Yeah, so I'm 45 minutes from downtown Greenville. I'm up kind of by Landrum, if you know where that is. Like if you come up 26, like you're going to Asheville.
Okay.
Yep, exit. So I'm on 26. If you get off on exit 5 right there, I live right not too far off the interstate there. Campobello area, Landrum.
Nice, man. Nice. Good stuff. I'm right off Haywood and Pelham and East North, kind of near the Haywood Mall.
Oh wow, you're in the busy area.
Yeah.
When we first moved up here, we lived right off of Pelham Road, right off of 85 there. And at first, it was nice because I was like, man, I can walk to almost anything. But then after a while, I was like, man, the traffic. I can't take all the traffic, so we kind of moved out to the country a little bit.
Yeah. Most people do that too, man. I mean, I guess it gets old, but I don't know. Working from home and where my wife works, it's good enough because the only time I got to leave the house, it's nearby. But if I had to drive to work, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
Now, are you originally from Greenville? Not many people can say that at this point.
No, I'm from Hilton Head, but my wife's from Greenville.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, man. Easily technically, so no, she's not from Greenville, but she says Greenville so someone can like locate it on the map. Yeah.
All right, close enough.
Yeah.
So me and my wife actually grew up a little closer to you where you grew up. So we're from the Orangeburg-Bamberg area originally.
Nice.
Here in the middle of nowhere. So yeah. We moved up here in 2013.
All right, I'm gonna do only one. Do you know? And that's the only one I'm gonna do. Do you know a guy named Chris Mixon? That's the only one I'm gonna do. So,
It sounds familiar.
the seed company, but anyway, that's it. That's the only one I'm gonna do.
Yeah. They own the Mixon Seed Company. I guess I don't know him specifically. So I know like a Clayton Mixon. That's what I was trying to think. Like Chris, close to Clayton. Yeah, I don't think I know Chris.
Hey, so I'll see Eugene. I see you're on the camera while driving, but I know Adam is my neighbor, lives right next to me. Zach, my old company, we did a lot of business together at the power company he worked for. I know he's moved on to another company, but we stayed in touch, and I know he's gotten into option trading lately. So you have to tell us some of your stories. And then Mike is my coworker. We're two of the 6 salespeople in North America, so he covers the rest of the Southeast. So we've been talking about stocks and stuff. So he just got his account and he's getting into it. And yeah, so just thought I'd bring everyone together. And I know Adam's been trading, I guess, a couple months now actively, been dabbling in it. So and
Yeah, just a little bit here and there. And sorry, I was having like technical difficulties. My AirPods died as soon as I joined, so sorry if I was mute there for a minute. But yeah, I live next door to Albert, and we have another Mike or Michael that is going to join. He said about 5 minutes late. So
and,
Nice.
And Eugene, I met Eugene probably, what, 7 years ago, Eugene? 8 years ago?
Yeah, right when I moved to Atlanta, 2014, 2015.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend, and we've taken a lot of trips together. I think we've been to, what, 7, 8 countries now, Eugene? So
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've been all around the world, just about.
and so I know you used to work for Amazon and Home Depot. Now he works for Walmart, I guess, in corporate. So I was giving him shit about the stock because it went down. Oh man, well, I really didn't have many topics per se. I thought like Adam's friend Michael in California, we just started talking about stocks a couple month or two ago, and we just have a group chat that we chat about it. And then I talked to Zach and now Mike. So it's been kind of fun to do on the side compared to our regular jobs. And these last couple months or 2 or 3 weeks have been pretty bad. But you saw today with the NASDAQ just shot up. It was just insane. So today was a pretty good day. But
yeah, I don't know if there's like a good time to start, or I don't know if this is a bad time to start learning, but I feel like I've experienced a lot in the last month and a half. But
So yeah, Adam, I wanted to ask you, man. So 2 months in, right? I'm 0 months in. The first question I wanted to ask when you said you started 2 months ago is, what have you learned in 2 months that are the most important things to you, if I could ask?
Don't chase the hype.
Okay.
In fact, Albert probably taught me that.
I learned that lesson too. GameStop.
Yeah.
Define the hype. Okay, GameStop. All right.
Like a GameStop, or I mean, anything that anybody's talking about, I feel like, especially like in the chat room, you have to take that at face value. I think I learned a little bit of that this morning with the stock. But I mean, as long as it's small learning lessons, I think it's okay. But I think that, as long as you start small and start slow, everybody's risk tolerance is different. So, I mean, I would say just go based off of that. Albert and I like to gamble a little bit, so that's that helps out with some of the swings, with the stock market, similar to casino. So
yeah.
Does the casino complement the stock market in a balancing fashion?
It's like a different kind of gambling. Obviously, I can't drink during the day. I'm not supposed to, and usually at the casino we're drinking. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say like the biggest thing is like that I've learned is just like the hype. Like if something's being hyped up, you hear everybody talking about it. What I've learned is it's probably too late. So so still learning lesson. But like I said, I'm only 2 months in, so I have very little experience. So just learning as I go.
So I've always had the same sentiment about anything, and it's kept me from getting into anything, right? But I still maintain that fear. Is like if everyone's talking about it, it's way too late.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always try to balance that because I still hold that like very closely. Like if everyone's talking about it, you miss the boat, right?
Right.
But like, I was like in 2013, I was like, I'm gonna put $5,000 in Amazon, and everyone's like, don't do it. And I was like, okay. I just like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. It's so hard to gauge.
Yeah.
It's like
Coulda, woulda, shoulda type of deal. Yeah.
Right. Like it's always that, like, where do you step in? And that's probably the hardest thing about this for me. But
right. So you haven't started at all. You're just thinking about starting and okay. Well, I
I'm
think
paying some dude to do it for me right now. I think he sucks. So part of this is figuring out what the fuck he's doing and getting away from him. And then the other part of it is learning to do it on my own.
right.
Yeah.
I know you said the guy that you're working with, he's getting you some returns, but you feel he's definitely not trying to beat the market. And I mean, you're 33, right? So I mean, I'm 37. We're not like super old here, so we got runway to kind of take some risks. We're not 60 looking to conserve all our cash. So
Yeah. No, I'm not trying to roll the dice with my life savings, but I think I'm a little more risk tolerant than this guy wants me to be, and the message isn't getting through. So I'm trying to. Everything he says is just like up here, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, sounds good, and it just like it. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on there, and ultimately I want to take what I'm doing with him and manage it on my own because I'm pretty confident I can do that.
Hey, Marcus, are you there? I think. Wait. I see his name. I have another friend I think just joined, but I think I've told you all the story. Like when I got
I'll tell
in.
you this while you're waiting on Spotty, but it's a. You said what now?
Wait. You gonna, go ahead, Eugene. What were you gonna say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. No, I was saying, looks like we got a good breadth of mix of folks who are kind of where they are in their walk with stocks. I'll say this, having, dabbled for some years now, it's stock market's probably the worst drug out there in a sense. The first couple weeks of this year, maybe month and a half, you're riding this high, you're making money every week. You're like, all right, bet, we're doing this. We're going to retire early. And then you have the last 2 or 3 weeks that happen and you see 10, 15, 20% of your portfolio disappear overnight. And it's those type things that kind of really get you going in a sense. You got to take the highs with the lows, but understanding that stock market at the end of the day is all cyclical. So as long as you're not chasing the hype, as y'all said it, and really being smart and strategic, you take these 15% losses over the last couple of weeks, and it will come back eventually. One of the bigger lessons that I've learned is during these losses, during these times where everything is down, this is really when you really want to kind of throw more into it, because you got a lot of good stock, a lot of good companies out there that are trading lower than their value. We were talking about Walmart, right? Walmart just 2 weeks ago was $147 stock. It's trading at $129 now. It's still a $147 stock. 150. Actually, analysts have it at $175 by the end of the year. But you have this opportunity to get in at $129 at a significant discount. So, use this time. This is probably the best time to get in because you can get a lot of discounted stuff. Now, Albert does all the options, and I'm still kind of fuzzy about options and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it's if you kind of have a day trading mindset and you want to make money fast, like I think with all the GameStop and AMC, a lot of people were messaging me, or you see on Facebook, man, now everyone wants to get into the stock market because of the GameStop craze. And I'm like, is that the best? It's sad that was the catalyst that motivated a ton of people, because especially people I know that jumped into GameStop and all their money, and now it's like, so it was kind of good and bad. It got a lot of exposure, but at the same time, that's the hype you were talking about, Adam. It's like, I know some people bought GameStop at 480. I know someone did, obviously, because there were trades taking place, and they're just like, man, terrible. What do you think, Zach? I know you kind of jumped in and you went straight into options, man, after like a month. So
Whoa.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of research. So I'm a technical kind of guy by nature. So I'm always, just by my work, I look at a ton of trends and stuff, daily, looking at how the efficiency of our power plant and stuff like that is. So, part of the option stuff and even the day trade stuff is a lot of looking at trends. So I kind of ate that stuff up when I started learning about it. Albert kind of hooked me up with a group that had a ton of training material and stuff like that. So, man, I spent about a month just kind of studying and, doing a little bit of paper trading and stuff like that. So I actually started off a little bit. I would buy, a couple of the stocks, just playing around with some of the hype type stuff that you guys are talking about. I'd stay away from the big hype stuff like the GameStop and that stuff. But I would, kind of look on YouTube and you got these characters out there, right, to say, oh, the next thing is going to pop, yada, yada. So I play around with a couple of those stocks and most of them, for the most part, they'd go up 20% or something like that. But then you kind of got to get out or they're going to go back right back where they were, right? So I did that a little bit. And really right now, I kind of like the day trading stuff. If I don't have time during the day to mess with it, then I don't. But if I have some time, a couple hours, I'll look at a couple of things that the group kind of alerts and see if I want to jump in. And I don't know. So the last 3 weeks really is when I've been playing with kind of funded my account. I had to move over from Fidelity and I'm messing around on Webull now. So I was kind of hung up a little bit there in my money, waiting for it to clear and all that stuff. So now last couple of weeks I've had a good bit of money to play with and the market's been down and I've made 62% on my total portfolio, in the last couple of weeks and not buying any stocks and holding it. That's just playing around with a couple options and then playing around with a couple small cap stocks, just getting in and getting out, just kind of riding the wave up on them and knowing when to jump out by reading the trend stuff. So like somebody mentioned, it is kind of addicting because I'm sitting there at night pretty much falling asleep watching some videos on different indicators and stuff like that. So, I like building my trends and indicators and, kind of looking at things and then looking at previous day stuff and, just kind of running through scenarios or, hey, if I got in here, looked at my indicators, here's where I would have gotten out type stuff. And so that's kind of what I enjoy. I don't know that I'll ever be somebody who tries to buy stock and hold it for a while. I don't, maybe at some point my account gets big enough that I just can't day trade all of it. I'm fortunate enough, maybe I'll get there, but so yeah, I've had pretty good luck with some stuff.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing you've seen with options. You can make some big returns. It's as an analogy, Adam. It's like playing craps. You win big, and you can lose big, but the amount of leverage you get with options, that's where you can really make a lot of money. But you got to really know what you're doing, and that definitely takes some time. I see Michael, you joined all the way from California. How's it going? I think he's still on mute.
Yeah, I had to unmute there. It's going good. I was out on the road, so I was running a little bit late getting home. But yeah, did I miss anything good or what?
No, we got a bigger gang this time. And there's Marcus, my other friend. How are you doing, Marcus?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Cool. So
Good.
Got a big crew tonight.
I know. So Adam's my neighbor, right on the other side of the wall.
Man.
Mike Good is my coworker. Yeah, so Mike Good, we both had the same job at GE, and we cover the Southeast region. So Zach, my old company, we did a lot of business with his company. He was a big customer of mine, so I've known him for quite a while. And I met Michael through Adam. We took a Vegas trip in July. Marcus, I met through a good friend of mine, Elliot, and we were both in Elliot's wedding like 5 years ago. So I've known Marcus for 6-7 years now, I think.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Eugene, I met through a mutual friend. We've done a lot of traveling, so I've known him about 8 years. He's driving right now. That's why you got the picture. So, are you still driving, Eugene?
Yeah, I'm still driving. Now it's just completely black, so you can't see anything.
So I know Zach trades on Webull. I have Fidelity. Mike, I know you set up Fidelity. I know Adam, you're doing Charles Schwab, and Michael, I think you're with Fidelity. Marcus and Eugene, what account do y'all have? Like, which broker are y'all using now?
Charles Schwab all day.
Gotcha.
Oh
know,
man,
Marcus, you still on Robinhood now, or?
I have so I'm transitioning from Robinhood to Webull, and then I have my Fidelity. Pretty much, I don't know if you told them or if you guys have time. Like I'm getting into trading stocks or investing in stocks and stuff like that. So of course, it's like sometimes you have you have trust issues with yourself, whereas like you're willing to sacrifice a certain amount of money, even though I could do the same thing, like everything all in Fidelity. I'll be more tempted to dabble more into my 401k or my savings that I have on Fidelity through my company. So I have like three of them. I've After the whole GameStop thing and the other stocks that was associated with Robinhood, I decided to switch over to Webull at least, and it gives you more information on Webull that I'm learning now. But yeah, that's what pretty much I have right now.
And I know Zach, you trade on Webull, so have you liked it so far? I think since Marcus is getting into it.
Yeah, I kind of got frustrated with Fidelity, so they kind of forced my hand over to Webull. I think it took me like a month to get options trading privileges on Fidelity. I finally got it a couple of days ago, but after that, I kind of moved everything over. But I don't know. The more I mess with Webull, the more I like it. I mean, it's really, I guess it's one of the newer ones that are out there, maybe. So I feel like it's a little more developed and not kind of lagging behind in technology. So I can normally I like it's got a desktop app that I pull up when I'm there at work or something like that I really like. But then the app is good as well. So the thing that I found with Fidelity is when I don't feel like it has a good mobile platform unless I'm missing it or something. So that if I'm hopping and I'm going out and I'm in town, it's hard for me to keep track of a stock or something or an option. Webull seems to be a little better with that.
Yeah, the Fidelity mobile apps, it's okay. Some trades I do on the website through my phone, but it just kind of depends. But I would say, and I've told everybody, like it's my story when I started trading back in I think 2009, my first 2.5 years, I basically blew my whole account up, and I took like 3 years off trading. And then when I refinanced my home 5 years ago, my old place, took some money out of the equity and I got back into trading, and I've just kind of been off to the races. But I learned a lot from actually losing that money back in 2009 for those first 3 years. You learn a lot through mistakes. One valuable thing I noticed is that a lot of stocks there, I wasn't patient and sold. And then I look back 8 months later, I'm like, man, I could have held on because I was just trying to sell and make quick profits. That's one lesson I learned. But then I also learned if you're in a trade, let's say you're up 20%, you're like, I want to get 30 or 40%, and then you end up going back to 0% or losing. So taking quick gains also adds up over time. That's another thing I learned. And y'all can see the screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing is just a lot of some stuff that my dad has told me, and he's got like a trading school and teaches webinars and stuff. So this is Active Trader Pro that I use. I know Street Smart, Edge, and other platforms are similar. So I just pulled up the Apple chart here, and you hear a lot of these videos, and especially like in the Discord, they're talking about technical analysis. Well, how I usually have my screen set up, this is a chart of Apple. This is a 6-month chart, and I have these Bollinger Bands, which basically shows like the range in which stocks usually trade. And this kind of shows the volume right here. And then you hear people talk about the relative strength indicator. This red line is at 30, and then this green is at 70. So usually the stocks will trade within this band. So as you see how this blue line moves, and as it gets closer and closer to the green line, when it breaks that line, that means you hear them say, oh, this stock is in oversold territory. So you see how this right here, it's above the green line, and you see Apple is here. So when it reached oversold territory, it had to come back down, and then you see how the chart follows the line. And see how it trades sideways, and then it's moving back up toward the green. The chart follows the line. It broke it, it's oversold, and it comes back down. And you see the chart, it looks exactly like the line. So
Albert, what are your thoughts on, so I have a little bit, I'm a big conspiracy theorist guy, right? I'm not really getting into a conspiracy theory here, but How much of your thoughts are everybody's trained that, all right, when this hits 70%, I'm overbought and it's going to come down? Is the RSI indicator really driving people to sell, right? How many people are looking at it to say, all right, I just hit over 70%, I'm going to sell because now I anticipate it. So the RSI is actually driving the market versus people naturally just buying and selling the stock, right?
I mean, I think some stocks will be selling off because of technicals. They say fundamentals like there's a bad earnings or short seller reports or something, illegal practices, and bad news, and the stock sells off. But sometimes you watch CNBC and they'll say, okay, this stock just sold off, but it was nothing bad with the company. It was a technical sell-off or a technical reaction. So I think it's a lot of people trading technicals. They also say there's a lot of let's say computer trading going on, like algorithms and quants and stuff. And I think the market has a lot of manipulation involved. A lot of these hedge fund guys know stuff that we'll never know. And like there's a stock that I'm in called Romeo Power. It's a new company that went public via SPAC, and they do battery packs for commercial vehicles. So right around here, it got a downgrade by Morgan Stanley right here to $12. And you see the stock just kept going down and down and down. And then today, another analyst upgraded it to $18. And look what happened. So I'm thinking, where the hell was that $18 analyst back here when Morgan Stanley downgraded it? How are they? Maybe they were working together. I'm going to downgrade it. Let's buy some puts and short it. And now I'm going to give an upgrade, and then let's all get rich.
Yeah.
What the fuck, right?
Yeah.
So there's another indicator called the MACD, and I can't even remember what that acronym stands for, but this is another indicator that I have on my charts. So if you look at this right here, you see how there's a red line and there's a green line, and it has this little histogram, those little blue bars. You see how the red line is staying above the green line, and the stock's kind of continuing upward, and it keeps going. And you see right here when the red line crosses below the green line, look what happened. The stock started to fall. And then when it crossed back above the green line, the stock went up. And it's almost like clockwork. And you see it was oversold, it hit the green line, it came back down, and the stock came back down. I mean, it's really that easy. And especially if you're doing day trading, like here's the daily chart. Let me take that out. So here's if you wanted to do some day trading, like some people will look at this RSI as it'll draw out throughout the day, as each candle means 1 minute. So as you see, it was up here and it was showing at the green line showing oversold. And then the RSI starts going down. So the stock went down, it went down. And now when it got toward the red line, that means it's, green is overbought and red is oversold. So now that it's oversold, there's buying. You see the RSI starts going up and the stock moves up. So you could literally sit in here and day trade a stock and just, when it hits the green, oh, it's oversold, you could short it. And then when it hits the red, oh, it's overbought. And when it hits the red, it's oversold, then you buy it and just go up and down throughout the day. Pretty crazy.
People that do that, they have, I guess their whatever trading platform is set to do that kind of stuff automatically. I mean, because otherwise that would require a lot of, you'd have to be really on it to be able to do something like that. Yeah, and
I've been somewhat successful. Sometimes it's still difficult. Some people will have on some of these platforms, you can like draw lines and trend lines to kind of get an idea of where the stock's going to go. Because honestly, you could say, oh, look, it hits that line. So, oh, it's overbought. Let me short it. And then you see it went above the green line, or it kept going. So it's not really always a rhyme or reason. Like if you look at our favorite stock, oh, shit, running out of time. I don't have a package with Zoom. So GameStop, I mean, this thing already broke through the overbought line, and it's still going up. But then you remember back when all the craze happened? Look at the RSI. It just stayed. Someone could have said, wait, it broke through the overbought. Let me short GameStop because it's going to come back down. But it defied all the rules, and it stayed above the RSI line and just stayed up there. And then it eventually came back to normal and came crashing down.
Yeah, see, I think GameStop defies logic because you got so many people buying it who don't, who don't look at indicators and none of that matters to them. They don't care, right? So you got less professional stock traders, and so the rules don't even apply, right, to GameStop and AMC or whatever to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But I believe like the hype and the ignorance of like people like me that's just learning how to like buy, sell stocks or do options. When you see something running up, you're just like, ooh, let me just jump on this, but then don't know that there was a set plan. I think Albert and I had that conversation where it was like, where did this come from? And if I didn't know that you saw some article before or about the whole Reddit situation, I wouldn't have known. And it definitely defies like things that you start learning or the like just based off of trading, like things that you don't normally do when buying stock. People are doing with GameStop, and I think recently I have some friends on Facebook where it's like, oh, GameStop is going back up again. You guys should buy in. I would not touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. Like, it's a setup, it's a trap. But people are doing it, so more power to them, though.
I mean, it sold off, and a lot of people lost money, and then there's the diamond hands no one sold, and now we got all this volume coming back. But I'll be honest, the chart's looking really good. I mean, I don't know if it's going to continue tomorrow, but it just broke through the overbought on the RSI, and this MACD looks pretty solid, so it may continue its trend. And if you look at the option chain, I mean, this is for the options that expire on March 12th. People trading the $250 strikes. I mean, it's over almost $12,000 volume. And every contract, you're controlling 100 shares. So that's a lot of money trading GameStop right now. So what can I say? And they say when you buy an option contract, so one contract, 100 shares, the market maker then purchases 100 shares to hedge the position. So if there's a lot of out of money option call buying, I think that's what happened with GameStop. It just drove the price up, plus the short squeeze as well, because all the short sellers, and it just went out of hand. So, but
So Albert, a question about the Discord chat. Is everybody a part of that Discord chat? The ones that you set me up on, does everybody read that, or do they take that kind of with a grain of salt? There's a lot of chatter in there, so I was just curious if anybody else follows that or sees it, or.
Yeah, I sent it to. I know Zach's in there. Where's
Send
Zach?
it to me for sure. I didn't join it yet.
There's Zach Attack right there. So.
I think I got booted out of the Gap Up or something because I hadn't donated, or he's like, I think he sent a message to everyone that could see this. If you can see this, then you're no longer in the room. But if you want to rejoin, you have to I think donate or something after 30 days. Because I've been in there 30 days, but I hadn't started trading or anything. So
Booted you out.
yeah, because I think the Gap Up one, you're supposed to kind of, I don't know. I think you do like a donation at first, and then after that, it's kind of every now and then if you make money. But
yeah, they want you to pay like $50 minimum a month, and so my friend, and he couldn't make the call, but he told me about this like last May or so, and I think the tough thing about trading is finding what stocks to trade. I mean, there's 15,000+ stocks across all the exchanges, maybe even more. So trying to find what to trade is the thing. So even before I found out about this Gap Up Please guy, there was a guy I was always on Stock Twits, which is like Twitter for stocks, basically. And there was a guy that was always posting, and I would trade some of his trades. And he went off and started his own little trading program, and I subscribed to him for almost 2 years. And then he disappeared one day and just never posted ever again. Then he came back 6 months later and said he actually, what did he say? He shorted a call option or something, and like he lost all his money. So he just shut the whole service down. Crazy. So fast forward 6 months, my friend told me about this guy, and I think I've sent the link to all you guys, but it's pretty cool. I mean, every day they post different stock alerts and options alerts, and a lot of times I'll take their alerts and I'll just punch them in my platform and then just kind of go and do my own analysis. But it takes a lot of the work out of it just to find on what to trade, because that's half the battle in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's half the battle for me is finding what to trade, because there's so much chatter inside in the chat rooms that, I mean, you'd have to have like an unlimited amount of money if you took everybody's suggestion.
Yeah.
Or you'd be broke.
Well, I know for gap ups, only the admins are supposed to suggest anything. There's a lot of chatter from non-admins that they're not supposed to give advice in that group, or it's only supposed to come from the like gap up and whoever else is a mod.
Yeah.
So just be careful for that.
I think
a
it's
lot
like
of people
an
are
alert.
asking them about it.
Yeah, I think it's like an alert they send out, right, Albert?
Alert for like different, you mean like different alerts, or? Yeah, oh yeah, they say like.
Yeah, I think Michael's right though. I think it's only supposed to be admins that give out like a
Yeah.
stock alert.
Their name is it's a different color, like the people that are admins. So, but then the non-admins, they'll ask about stocks, so just don't get confused about, the people asking versus the people that are mods that are actually telling you which ones to look at.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of terms that they use and stuff that I'm still trying to learn about. So that's why I haven't jumped in yet. Because I feel like I need to know more before I make it, play here. But then maybe they're trying to say sell this, but they're using all these other terms. So I don't want to be kind of like half in and then not make the right moves to kind of, if there's something I need to do in order to either make or prevent losing money. So
yeah, because a lot of his calls are a lot of momentum. So like if he sees a lot of heavy call buying or a lot of volume, he'll alert something. But a lot of his alerts are, really quick day trades, and like you buy and maybe hold it for like 30 minutes or less. Sometimes if he calls a call option that's expiring Friday, I may buy the option that expires the next Friday to give me a little bit more time. Or what I do, since there's trading and then investing, but if you buy some stocks and just hold them, I'm kind of have a gambling mindset, so it's kind of boring. So what I've started to do is buy a stock or buy an option, but let's say you buy like a year expiration. So it almost like becomes an investment option. So if we were talking about Walmart, if you buy Walmart shares now, why not just buy the option for Walmart that expires in January? And if Walmart goes up just how you wanted it to, you're going to make 2-3 times more on the option, and it's an investment. So that's another strategy that you can take as well. Just buying longer term options. You'll pay a little bit more for that because you're buying the time. But then if you buy more out of the money, which is a very higher price, it kind of offsets the premium you're having to pay. So
Albert, if you buy one option, you control 100 shares of that stock, but you pay just what one share would cost. Is that right?
Oh, well, you'd pay what the premium is. So it's not necessarily how much the share would cost. And I think this thing's about to cut off. Would y'all want to continue? I guess I could restart it. Or
hold on, Mike.
Or whoever has to leave can leave, but
is it going to kick me off? I don't use Zoom much. We use Teams at work, so I don't know.
Computer's about to die.
I mean,